Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our Alford team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford & Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us, however you may be joining us. We appreciate it very, very much. And we're always glad at this time of the year to come and bring you some of these really cool events that take place. Got another one coming up in Thibodaux called Thibodaux on Tap as we welcome back to the program. Ms. Danielle Stein, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Keith.
Absolutely. Of course, the executive director of Thibodaux Main Street Incorporated. You guys are always bringing really cool events, and this is really one of them. A second year now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So exciting. Tell us what we can expect this year for Thibodaux on Tap.
Yeah, so we're having the second annual Thibodaux on Tap Craft Beer Fest in downtown on Saturday, June 8th. Mm-hmm. We still have tickets available for purchase online. They're linked on all of our social media posts on our website as well, downtownthibodaux.org.
Right.
We have general admission tickets. We do have some VIP tickets left,
okay,
which grants you an hour early access to the event.
Get you in early,
get you in
right before the rope drop, an hour before rope drop, okay.
Yep. And we have some designated driver tickets available as well for guests that want to participate and are the actual designated driver for their party, mm-hmm, or they're just not into the craft beer scene and they still want to attend, because this does serve as a fundraiser for us. We're a nonprofit, right, and the money that we raise goes directly back into helping our downtown businesses.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful idea as well. I love the fact that we want to kind of invite people to come down and just check out various draft beers. Mm-hmm. And, I'm one of those people that, I'd be the designated driver piece, but I'd have lots of friends coming with me asking, all right, so you're going to drive, right?
Sure.
And so it's a really big deal for them and really, really exciting. Any changes from last year? Anything from last year that we kind of learned we wanted to do a little differently?
So the feedback we got from last year, people loved that we capped our attendance. So we try to keep it low because it is in the summer. We want people to be comfortable. We want it to feel like more of not an exclusive event, but something that people can come and they're comfortable in, that, with it's not as crowded and you can enjoy that experience.
That's smart.
And they also asked that we bring in home brewers, which we have done this year. So we have 5 home brewers that are joining us, and they're bringing some really stellar products.
Really?
We're very excited about that. And the home brew is sponsored by Big Mike's Barbecue Smokehouse.
Okay.
They've invested in some really cool prizes for the first place Judge's Choice winner and also the People's Choice winner.
Okay.
So they're going to go home with more product to invest back into their hobby. So we're excited about that.
What a great idea. I got to tell you, listen, it's one of those things that I got to tell you, just coming out of high school, my first cousin was living with a dear friend, and they had a brewery in the barn. Mm-hmm. Now that has now moved on to become an enterprise in downtown Houma.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, where they brew their own beer. Mm-hmm. And they used to do that in the barn. And so it's really, really interesting. I've got to challenge my cousin next year to come down, because I know he's got some of these home brews. I know he's done that.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so you've got 5 now that are going to be doing that from homebrew.
Yeah.
And so lots of different chances to win People's Choice and the first, second, and third, right?
Well, we have first place Judge's Choice and then People's Choice. So our guests will get to select their favorite.
Right.
We'll also have live music.
Okay.
We have a band, Padgy Prine and Southern Soul. They're from New Orleans area.
Okay.
Great mix of music.
Okay.
We'll have some food vendors. So we have you covered on all the spots for a fun and cool night.
Okay. So tickets are how much?
Tickets, general admission,
General
are
admission,
$40.
$40. VIP,
VIP are $75.
$75. Okay, per
And
person.
Designated driver tickets are $5.
$5, fantastic. $5, you can come in and kind of support your friends walking around having a bunch of drinks and being able to do 5 home breweries and so many of the others that are going to be downtown. What's your number that y'all are going to cap out at?
Well, that's a proprietary secret.
Okay, I like it. So, no, I like it in as much as y'all know what that number is.
Right.
But we still want people to call and be able to do that. And so, like you mentioned, put the flyer back up if you don't mind. Let people know that it's coming up. Thank you. Saturday, June 8th. When are we starting? VIPs get in?
VIP can enter at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
General admission
Admission at
at 6 o'clock. And
Okay.
we'll have tickets on tickets for sale online through event day.
Okay.
We'll probably close those at 3. And then if there's any remaining tickets, we'll sell those at the gate
At
for
the gate.
$50 cash.
$50 cash at the gate. So again, it's Thibodaux on
There we
tap,
go.
Craft Beer Fest. Again, Aaron, as always, bringing those things up nice and easy for us. You can go there, tap on that and get that. Really excited. But y'all have a lot of different paraphernalia, a lot of different things people can buy, right?
Yeah, we have
So
some really cool
show that if you don't mind. This is really cool. All of the different things you can tell, of course, that Danielle is wearing the shirt, but they have lots of different options with koozies and cups and hats. Really great logo with the pelican sitting right there on the beer. So
Yeah, we try to support local as much as possible. The hats are from Joe's Signs right here in Houma.
Okay.
Gator tumblers, and we're bringing a little bit of Houma to Thibodaux. Spigot's Brew Pub is going to be joining us out there, so they'll be serving up some good brews too.
they're exactly whom I was referencing earlier. I figured you knew who that was. I didn't have the right to be able to share that, but since you brought it up, and so we're always glad. And listen, I got to tell you, anytime we can find a way to shorten that distance between Houma and Thibodaux, we're glad to do it. We are one big community supporting each other, and I'm so very glad people in Thibodaux come and really enjoy festivals in Houma and vice versa. Very, very glad that we're going to be able to do that. So again, it's going to take place on June 8th. It's in the evening. VIPs go in at 5. Those people who are general population go in at 6. And if you happen to not get your ticket and you realize that by 3 o'clock you weren't sure if you were going to be able to make it, probably selling tickets at the door for $50, capping that off to make sure that people have a really lovely experience. A lot of place to walk around, go and get some brews. And thank y'all for bridging the gap between Houma and Thibodaux. Danielle, thank you for coming and joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we appreciate it. Love the shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Really sponsoring the Thibodaux on tap. And guys, that will do it for this particular segment. We're really glad that you were joining us. Stick around, though. Got a whole lot more Bayou time when we continue.